Welcome to Pro Plays, a series all about trying to break down and learn from the best professional Valorant players to figure out what makes them so successful. This episode features Curry, an ex-Counter-Strike professional who currently plays for T1. While Curry has been transitioning away from playing Viper, he still has played 20% of all of his pro matches on this agent according to VLR, and in my opinion, was one of the best pro Viper players in North America at that time. In this video, I want to break down how Curry is able to dominate his ranked games on Icebox while playing Viper, and mention a few different things I noticed while watching his VODs. I will leave a link to his stream in the description below. When attacking on Icebox, Curry starts most rounds by throwing a poison cloud to block the mid area of the map. This poison cloud is super powerful because it does so many different things to keep the defending team on their toes. Not only does the smoke deny vision to mid from the under tube angle, but it blocks the boiler angle so that the defenders are not sure if anyone has crossed to the entrance of the tube, applying a lot of pressure to the defenders. I also noticed that Curry likes to sometimes lurk up mid or under the tube using this poison cloud, but he does not do this every round. He is able to condition the defending team by throwing his poison cloud a few different times and then not lurking, and instead joining his team during the main site execute. Then, after a few rounds, he is able to surprise the enemy team and get into a powerful lurk position to get an easy kill. When setting up this poison cloud, Curry uses a few different lineups depending on where his team seems to be leaning for that round. The first lineup he uses is from on top of this box in mid. He jumps up onto the first step of this box. Then, using his crosshair as a point of reference, he aims just above this hat on the snowman in the distance, then straight up to the top of this white cloud in the background and throws. The other lineup he uses is from outside of B main. To throw the smoke, stand in the back corner outside of the garage. Using your crosshair as a point of reference, aim at this cloud in the sky. Find this section that sticks out at the top and aim at the top left corner of it and throw. This should land in the same spot as the first lineup. The final way that he throws this lineup is just by standing in mid, up at the barrier, and throwing once it drops. Most of the time, he uses this lineup when he is going for a quick mid push to try and catch the defending team off guard. To get a perfect lineup for this smoke, I stand in the middle of this yellow arrow before the barrier is about to drop. Using my crosshair as a point of reference, I aim at the bottom left corner of this blue shipping container and throw. When attacking a site, Curry almost always uses the same toxic screen. He starts by jumping up onto this box in the left corner. Then, looking at his minimap, he lines up the wall preview so that it passes through the bottom left corner of the defender's nest and just to the right side of the rafters door. This wall blocks off both the entire screens and rafters angles, as well as giving the attacking team some cover to take control of the top nest and then jump over to the rafters. A small play I noticed Curry making is by jump peeking over this little dip in the toxic screen. This play lets him get easy info on any defenders and screens. He's then able to peek out and get an easy kill on them. When placing a toxic screen for B, most of the time, Curry throws one at the start of the round from this entrance to B garage, pushed up to the spawn barrier. Looking at his minimap, he places the end of the wall preview just to the right of the B site icon, making sure that part of the wall preview touches the bottom left corner of the defender's nest. This wall is super helpful when compared to using a traditional smoke, as it covers the front site, back site, some parts of the nest, and spawn angles, making it much easier for your Sage to place her wall and get the spike down. One of the biggest differences I noticed between watching Curry play Viper and watching a Viper in my ranked games is how little he relies on using his Snakebites for post-plant lineups, and instead gets value other ways with them. Out of the 10 different VODs that I watched Curry play, he only used post-plant lineups 2 or 3 times. One of the reasons I think Curry uses his Snakebite like this is because of how often he likes to use his poison cloud to apply mid-pressure to the defending team. Without his poison cloud to place on the spike, his Snakebites will be much less effective at stalling for time in the post plant, as the other team can stick half a defuse easily and survive. Most of the time, when Curry used his Snakebites, he was using them for area denial, to make it easier for his team to take control of the site during an execute, hold the post plant easier, or flush out defenders trapped in corners. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. I post videos every Tuesday and alternate between gameplay videos, highlights, and guides like this. I also stream on Twitch a few times a week at twitch.tv/steepsteps, so make sure to come by and say hi.